name is Steve. Welcome to my shop. This is Shark Bits number 3. I had intended to start some longer length project videos, but time just has not allowed, so I'm going to do another short Shark Bits and introduce some projects that are coming up. Plus I have a big announcement in this Shark Bits. Since my last video, which was unfortunately almost a month ago, I have gotten quite a few new subscribers, and I'd like to thank all of my existing subscribers and all the new subscribers. And please keep giving those thumbs up and comments on my videos. It keeps me going. So I want to do a little bit of a shop update first. I've been playing around like everybody else has with different camera setups, and I've been using a standard tripod which takes up a lot of floor space, and it's always very inconvenient. And I had 2 or 3 microphone stands left over from when I used to do some recording work for a band, and I was able to get an adapter made by OnStage Stands, and what it does is that it threads onto the end of the microphone boom and adapts to the 1/4 inch threaded stud that goes on the bottom of my camera. So it gives me a lot more flexibility. I can reach out over where I'm filming with the boom, and so far it's worked very well. One of the next projects that I have coming up actually is another microphone stand project. My nephew and my brother have a recording studio, and in one of their sound booths they need extensions for microphones that are short. They're only going to be about 8 inches long, and the standard thread for a microphone stand is 5/8 27. So I got a set of 5/8 27 taps. It's a bottoming tap, and I got the starting tap, and then the external threads I'll just single point on the lathe. For that same project, I've just got a little Atlas 618 lathe. It's 6-inch diameter by 18 inches long stock, and the material that I've got to turn for the next 2 projects are upwards of 1 foot long. And so in order to be able to center drill them and face the ends off, I needed a steady rest. And fortunately I was able to get a steady rest, and I'll include a picture. I've got it mounted on the lathe and you'll see it in the videos. And I also got a following rest. I was able to pick that up. I'm actually at some point going to be able to get this entire lathe. It's actually a later model 618, and it was manufactured after Clausing took over Atlas, so it's a Clausing Atlas lathe. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with it. I will verify its condition and decide whether I'm going to use it to replace the one I've got, or I haven't decided what to do with it yet. Maybe I'll just run 2 of them. I think I have enough space on my bench to do that. For the project that I have coming up, I got some material, and for most of my material I use hobbymetalkits.com. And if you're buying enough material, he's got a flat rate shipping on it, and it really works out quite reasonable. Service is very good, and I had to get 10 pieces of 7/8 cold roll steel a foot long. Here's 5 of them. The other 5 are in a separate box, and I've already started working on them. Now for my big announcement. I have booked my plane tickets and my hotel room, and I will be attending the 2018 Summer Bash. It's June 23rd. I'll be flying out on June 21st, and I've got my shirt. I decided that I had probably get better use out of the dark blue shirt. There's the front graphics on it. And so I will be attending the Summer Bash as a YouTube creator sponsor and be helping out to run the program. And I'm just thrilled about it. I've never been to California before, so it's going to be an adventure for me. When I received the SteadyRest, it was missing one of the fingers on it. One of these fingers was missing. And the ones on the follower rest are actually shorter, and they're made from steel. The ones on the SteadyRest were brass. And I decided that I was going to make up some new ones. I had some bearings in stock, and so I made roller bearing fingers for the SteadyRest, and that will be the video for this Shark Bits episode number 3. So let's get started. To make the fingers for my SteadyRest, I'm starting out with some 5/16 key stock. I'm going to mark it off, use my blue Sharpie. Now I'm going to score it halfway across the width. It's 5/16, so half of that will be 5/32. And I've set my height gauge at 5/32, and I'll score that. I'm going to turn it over and do it a second time, just in case it's not right on the money. That'll make sure that I'm centered. I'll split the difference between the two lines. So now I have it scored. Now from the end, I'm going to also score it up from the bottom. I'm going to score it the same 5/32. Okay, I'm going to drill and tap these for a 1032 screw. I got these bearings, and they are 16 millimeter on the outside. They're 18 millimeter on the inside. And I have these screws, which are tapered recessed head, and they will center the bearing. I say they're 1032s, and then I'll put a washer on the back as a spacer and then screw them into the end. So now I'm going to center punch these and take them over to the drill press. Okay, I'm going to center punch them. I'm using a prick punch to start, which has got a very sharp point on it, and I can actually feel the score marks so that I can locate the intersection and just put a little tap on that. Check them to make sure that I'm satisfied with the position of the hole, and then I'll use my center punch and put a little bit heavier. Okay, now that they're all center punched, I'm going to go over to the drill press. Got a number 21 drill for a 1032 thread, and I'll drill them. I'm tapping it now with a 1032 tap. This tap has got a very long taper on it, so it starts straight without too much of a problem. I don't really need to do anything special for aligning it. There they are, all three of them, ready to mount in the steady rest. Give it a try. Okay, there they are, all set to mount on the lathe and try it out. The next project that I have to work on requires that I turn down these longer pieces of this is 7/8 material. I have to turn it down to 0.820 for the entire length. I do need to cut 2 inches off of it. They're going to be 10-inch long pins. This is 12L14, and I don't have any way of, without the steady rest, I would have no way of facing the end off and getting an accurate center drill. So what I'm doing now, I've got it chucked up in my 3-jaw chuck, and I'm going to set the rollers in the proper position, and then I'll move this down to the end, and that'll hold it in the proper place. Going to, I snugged up the screws just a little bit so I can override the tension, and turn this so it just makes contact. Snug them up. Just making contact, put a little bit of pressure on it. Run the lock nuts up. Now I can turn the top one down so it just starts to touch. There we go. Lock them in place. A little bit of oil on it. Okay, now I can slide this down. I loosened the top roller up a little bit so that I could slide it. And now I will start the lathe up, and I'll take and run the top roller back down till it touches. And since I aligned it right next to the chuck, when I pull it out here, it should be centered and aligned. Okay, I'm going to take and tension my top roller down till it just touches again. Got it. Lock it in place. Now I'm ready to face off the end.